stuck, cause a buck ain't enough. Cause I can't give no fucks, but I'm gon' give it up. Picture this, Lauderdale, Cloud 9. In the bathroom, they said I did 9 lines. Stay in the shades, cause I'm really cockeyed. Got fucked for the bags, how they say I got mine. Cause I don't really run the city. Screaming, I'm the fucking mayor on them pills and looking silly. Oh, dizzy, dumb bitch, they say dumb and dizzy. But I'm broke, I'm a joke.
And tonight's episode of Kickin It With Kuzi is made possible by Showcast Studios and our other sponsors such as Blue Canary Agency, The Bezo Show, we've got Popcorn Skateboards, Aaron's Print Shop, Jerks of St. Lucie County, Bubby TV, Cami Low TV, Gardening with Goo. If you gardening with him, he's gardening with you. And of course, Legit Cuts.
Steve, turn up. It's your boy Kuzi Can, the MF and Mayor, and right now you are kicking it with Kuzi. And as always, I have my wonderful best friend and co-host, Mel. Make you think. How we doing today, Mel?
I'm doing fine tonight. Thank you for asking.
Are you looking forward to tonight's interview?
I absolutely am. We up top. We up top tonight, so I'm excited.
And we have two very, very special guests. The first guest I'm going to introduce, we actually went to high school together. And this man has been doing his thing since then. This man is the only man on the Treasure Coast in the 772 that I think consistently brings high-profile people here.
Okay.
Let's give it up for Jay Dot.
Woo! Jay Dot in the building.
How we doing today, big bro?
Feeling good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. You ready to kick it with Kuzi?
Yeah, pleasure to be here, brother.
All right.
And the next guest we have?
And the next guest we have is...
This is why I'm hot.
Hey, this is why I'm hot. All the way from New York.
What's happening?
Mr.
What's good?
Mims.
What's up, everybody? Good to be here. First of all, I want to say something. Y'all must be making a lot of money because that was a lot of sponsors y'all had to flip through right there.
No,
not that I'm counting your pockets, but
actually, these are just all our friends. So we're hoping that if we're associated with a bunch of businesses, other businesses will want to be a part.
That's love.
But these businesses do make everything that I do happen. Everything that I do, it's a bartering system. It's a village.
That's dope.
So if you like to join this village, holla at us. Okay, here at Kicking It With Kuzi, where we meet real people, have real conversations, and listen to real music, we like to open up just to kind of gauge where you guys' minds are. And this is a question that I ask every single guest that I sit with. Okay. Round or flat, and why? The Earth.
What?
Is the Earth round or flat, and why do you think whatever you think?
Both of them.
Explain.
Because it is round, but it's flat. We ain't...
that's
floating like
that's some Bill
Yo,
Nye.
you're the first person that has given my answer. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, yo.
I'm not even gonna be able to follow up because that was a smart ass answer. I'm gonna say round just because everybody else said it was round, but I've never been to space, so I'm not gonna be one of those guys to argue with anybody. If you think it's flat, it's flat. If you think it's round, it's round. But,
okay, so say if I was just walking down a random street in New York and I was to ask a random person that, what would their response be?
You already know.
Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, that probably would be their initial response. I'm pretty sure. 100%.
So why do you think? And every time I haven't been to New York since I was in high school, and I have a best friend that stays up there. And every time I'm speaking to them or they tell me about New York, it's just like, why would I want to go there? So why do you think the culture is so different from Florida and New York? What's the difference, and why do you think that difference is?
Ooh, that's a lot.
You want to take this, Jay Dot?
And we sitting here with two New Yorkers. They literally in here in their hats. That's how you know a true New Yorker. They're going to rep NY.
Only the strong survive in New York. Like, you just got to experience it. You got to live there to really understand it. We could try to explain it to you, but you're going to be like, but you got to experience it. You got to live there. You got to be from there. You feel me? It's really the concrete jungle.
Yeah, it's a numbers game, right? So, like, think about it like this. When I first, I was taking my high school. I went to A. Philip Randolph High School near City College. And so I got to experience that life, and then I ended up moving to Long Island. I went to Long Island. Shout out to Westbury, Long Island. But I was like one of like, I want to say like 4,000 or 5,000 kids in that school. So like,
damn.
When the numbers start getting up there and you want to make a name for yourself or a voice for yourself and people, and you want people to recognize who you are, you gotta work for it. So, you know, as a New Yorker, as a New York artist, as a New York person who grew up in New York, you always fighting for that spotlight. And if you see somebody who even has a little bit of shine, you know that they had to fight probably hundreds of thousands of people for that spotlight. So.
What do you think about that? You're not from New York, but you're from up top, like
No, I'm from Baltimore, so I understand the whole idea of it being a lot of people. But again, Baltimore is nowhere near as populated as New York. That's for damn sure. It's not even touching it, probably on the third. However, the mentality of like getting it from the gutter, the competition, all of that, I can see that. In New York, I've visited plenty of times. It's definitely a vibe. I don't think I personally would want to live there, but that's because I feel like since I've moved to Florida, I've got a taste of life that's just different. You know, I had a whole train of thought when we were driving, while I was driving down here, and I was thinking to myself, like, after everything that went down after the elections and the political climate, like, it's a whole host of people who are supremely mad. And I understand that. Really, I do. I understand where their frustrations come from. But what I don't think that a lot of that group of people doesn't get is that a lot of the rest of the country doesn't live the same way. A lot of us don't live in cities packed upon each other. A lot of us aren't fighting these crowds. We don't have to deal with even germs spreading as fast as they do in cities. So when you look at the country and you look at the rest of the map and you're wondering why they turn certain colors or anything of that nature, or why people have certain trains and thoughts of rhetoric, it's because literally life is so different in many parts of this country versus the Northeast. It's not just New York. The whole Northeastern corridor, for the most part, seems to have this thing.
And it also seems as if Mel is already crunk up and ready to get into the things. But before we do, Tiberius, can you play me a few songs? Because Mel is over here cranking up and ready to get into the things early. And we'll be right back with more from Mims and DJ Jay Dot. Click on anything then.
Anything else?
This your email?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know who I just emailed then.
What do you guys want us to do?
Let's listen to this while I'm hot.
Either that or move with me. I love that.
I'm sorry. How do you spell Mims?
I just remember.
We can do the remix. We can do a remix with Junior Reed.
Yeah, like that.
We can
Oh
do
my
it.
God.
Yeah,
When I
yeah.
heard it, it brought back. So I was like, oh shit, this smells too. Like this. But I was like, oh shit, I did not know that was
Look
you.
how crazy young I look there, man. That's nuts.
Yeah, just play the video.
Look like a mace.
Damn.
No, play. Oh, already.
Oh, the other one?
Anyone. Turn up. Yeah.
One bad, I'm losing. Ain't clean up. I ain't clean up.
It's your girl Mel Make You Think. We are kicking it with Kuzi. We got New York in the building. We got Mims DJ Jay Dot. Glad to have y'all with us tonight, fellas.
Yeah, good to be here.
Hey.
We was about to go deep before y'all put that throwback 2008 clip of me when I was looking real skinny.
Yeah, we have to stop her because she will go on a tangent and a tirade.
But
She's definitely gonna do it.
Hence, Mel Make You Think.
She gonna make you think about some shit, boy. I
love it.
So I'm so interested to know, what is the inspiration that even made you want to get into the industry? Was it literally for the, was it rap or?
Man, that's a deep story. I don't want to like give you the. I'll try to paraphrase as much as I can. But when I was young, probably around 11 or like 9, I never grew up with my father. So my mother was a single parent mother. And when my mother brought me to my father's house for the first time, and that story's a little different because I was really going there to see my grandmother. I remember bumping into my father at her apartment, and he had 2 turntables and a mixer sitting in the corner. And I remember being shy as a kid, and I was tugging on my mom because I didn't really know who this guy was.
Right.
So I wasn't interacting with him, but I was like asking her the whole time, what is that? What's that over there? And, she would tell me it was a DJ set. So believe it or not, my father ended up passing away when I was 11. So I never really built a relationship with him. My 13th birthday, I want to say like 94, my mother got me 2 turntables and a mixer. And oddly enough, my mother passed away when I was shortly after my 13th birthday. So for me, music became like that was the last present I got from my mom. Yeah. So that was like something I dived into as a youngin'. And then when I remember my first vinyl I had, and I remember I want to say it was SWV, and then I had a Wu-Tang vinyl, and I would take the 2 songs, I would take the SWV acapella and blend it with the Wu-Tang beat, and I'm like, yo, I love the way this sounds. I love how music just sounds when you start creating stuff. And my uncle, shout out to Rohan, he got me in the studio one time to listen because he was A&R at Loud, RCA, and he got me in the studio to listen to a session that was a SWV session that they were mixing. And then that's when I was like, yo, how do you do that? What are you doing? And he was like, well, this is the engineering part of music. And I knew nothing about what that meant. And the guy in there was like, look, if you can get a computer, I'll get you software to teach you what engineering is. So I got a computer. I begged my grandmom to get me a computer. And he got me the program, and then I started learning how to sequence and engineer music. Then I didn't have a producer, so I had to produce my own music. And I didn't have a writer, so I had to write my own music. So I literally learned music.
Yo, I love that.
From the flip side.
I love that. That's like building from the ground up and learning every side of it, right?
Every side, every component. So
what made you actually start spitting on the mic?
So truth is that when I moved, so my story is kind of like the Will Smith story where he moved from Philly to Bel Air. Well, mine was more, I moved from Manhattan to Long Island.
Okay.
And when I got to Long Island, believe it or not, like being around the suburbs changed my life because when I lived in the city, I grew up in Wash Heights, shout out to the Heights, but like nobody where I'm from was interested in going to college. They wasn't interested in doing nothing but selling drugs, and that was it. That was the hustle life was where it was at. When I got to Long Island, I got to see like affluent black people, which I never saw before. And so my goal was I wanted to own a nightclub. So when I went to high school, it was like, yo, I got all these people in high school, let me start making friends, and I know how to engineer and I know how to produce, so let me get all of the rappers in the school to come to my house and I'll record them. And I'm not gonna lie, shout out to anybody who ever been in my spot. I love y'all to death, but nobody was as nice as me, like with the pen.
Right. Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm a rap with y'all. I'm not only the producer, but I'm a rap with you. And my then manager at the time, his name was Brendan Yearwood. He came to me, was like, yo, you need to just like focus on being an artist because you're really good at it. And he kind of put the bug in my back and the battery in my back and led me into being like a starving artist for like 6 years of my life. I decided not to go to college. I did everything that I probably shouldn't have did, but for me, fortunately, it worked out.
That was your story.
Yeah.
This is why you had.
There you go. There it is.
So, to pivot for a second, DJ Jay Dot.
Yes, sir.
When you got into it, you didn't start exactly DJing either. Did you see the different sides of the music business first?
So I was working at a clothing store in the mall called Detour.
Okay.
And this dude,
was working at Detour.
And this heavy set Mexican looking dude came in with a shirt that said Dipset.
Okay.
I was like, what you know about Dipset? So at the time, we used to sell mixtapes there. He was like, what I know about Dipset, and he asked me if we have mixtapes. I was like, yeah, right here. He was like, grab that mixtape. His name was on the back of it. He was a producer. His name is Six Pack, but he was like 3 times the size of me. And he was like, yeah, I'm Six Pack. This is what I do. So he's the one. So he was like, so you live out here, whatever? I was like, of course I live here. Of course I live here. I work here, whatever. And then he was like, yo, you should throw parties out here. I'm like, what you mean throw parties? Like, I had no idea what he meant by throw parties, like house parties. He was like, nah, let's get a spot, tell everybody that comes here to the store to come to your party. And we did that, bro. The first party I ever had, I made $4,000. I quit full on.
Yo,
One night.
That's genius.
That's how I started with parties.
I always wondered, so what was the first party that you threw? I always wondered how you got in the game.
Azor. It was called Johnny V's Azor. Right now it's called Tudo Fresco over there in San Lucie West over here. Over the bridge. That was the very first party.
Catering
It's
place.
a restaurant. It's
Gotcha.
a restaurant.
Oh, I
The whole
remember
restaurant.
that. Yeah.
Back then, Azor, yes.
Oh, shit. Azura.
Azora, that shit.
Holy
yeah.
fucking
so
shit.
that was the very first party I threw. I probably threw like 3 parties there. Every party there was a fight. My homeboys was the security because I didn't know how to throw a party.
Yeah.
So I was hiring my homeboys who had some size to be security, and the shit was a shit show. And then somebody who was experiencing parties, his name is Henrock, which is the owner of Vibes right now. He Dread Rock Entertainment.
Henrock is still around here?
He owns Vibes.
I was always wondering where this
Yeah.
man then went.
Yeah,
He owned Vibes.
so he came through.
Shout out to Vibes.
Hello, and
DJ
they
Lil-
popping tonight. DJ Jay Dot on the ones and twos
for
tonight
sure.
at
For
Vibes.
sure. And he came over and he ran that for like a good year and a half. And then after that, I still kept throwing parties at like a little restaurant, little lounges. But my parties were like the youth. His was like, okay, youth and mixed.
Yeah.
His was like older and straight.
Yeah.
Ghetto.
Yeah.
So like my parties was like lit back then. Like,
So you
mixed crowd,
started
it was
here,
lit.
but you're originally from New York.
Yeah, I'm originally from New
Okay.
York. But then I moved here when I was in 10th grade.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I did 2 years of high school here
And with you.
with him.
Yeah, at PSL.
Yeah,
I was a
All right,
freshman.
All right, okay.
And he was like one of the cool kids. It was around the time where New York was just, there was an influx of New Yorkers down here. They came down there. It was like a Florida
We used to hang
versus
in the
New
middle.
York
We used to hang in
thing.
the middle.
So it was just like, it was crazy. He used to have long hair. He used to wear the headbands and the...
This is when like the long tees were popping.
Yes, the big tees.
I was the first
jerseys.
person in this city to wear a pink tee. Nobody could find a pink tee nowhere.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
I
he
had the pink
stayed in
tee.
a big old fresh tee.
I love
Big
it.
old fresh
Setting
tee.
trends. Oh, man.
So let's get into some Zodiacness.
Okay.
So birthdays. When are you guys born?
March 22nd. So
July 24th.
I'm
a
tricky
Leo.
though.
I already knew you were a Leo. I
I'm a
knew
Leo.
that. Knew it.
Yeah.
And this is also one of the services that Mel Make You Think offers. You can come get your birth chart read and everything like that. Please come to the Blue Canary Agency. Come see Mel Make You Think.
Look, tell it all.
Hello.
Yeah,
Come
it
get
is.
that birth chart looked at. I get mine once a year, baby.
That's a
Yeah.
whole nother thing. All right, so you're an Aries. This I know. You might as well go ahead and tell everybody what you are.
Oh, I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, yes. And we're in Scorpio season, so shout out to the Scorpios.
Nice.
And I'm a Virgo, so I love the mix. Wait, you know what? We never found out what a
Ty, what is you?
What is your sign?
I can't
A secret.
He was the secret society.
gotta guess.
What do you think
Oh,
Ty
gosh.
is? He one of those weird ones.
What?
I'm joking. You know we love you, Ty. We love you, Ty. Ty is probably like
I'm getting like he's giving me a little bit of he's giving me more like Pisces sign.
Are you a Pisces?
No, you're a Taurus. Okay, we close.
I don't know shit about signs.
But okay, so I ain't gonna tell you business, Ty. But the way Ty got introduced to Joel, that kind of makes sense that you're a Taurus now. So I'm gonna probably get in your business later. But let's tell our guests about themselves.
Yo, Kuzi is the best. Okay, so I'll start with you because I think it's funny because I looked at your birthday just so I would be a little bit prepared because those are the things I like to do. That's a Virgo, right?
Nice,
We like to
nice.
plan, we prepare, we do things like that. But it's funny because I had just this feeling, you just bring this presence with you, and that's what a Leo does. So before you even said it, I was sitting here thinking like, I bet you he's going to say Leo. So, and not only that, you got the red going on, and Leo is for the heart, so red is a color for Leo for sure. Confidence is definitely big with Leo. And you know, it's funny because a lot of these characteristics actually do pair very well with Aries as well. It's just Aries and Leo are definitely two different things, but y'all are both fire signs, so there's that part. With Aries, y'all are the first sign of the zodiac. So y'all are of self, right? So y'all are pretty confident as well in standing in your own and knowing what you want. Not many people can buff you, and that's it's funny. That's a fire sign characteristic because that's the same with the Leo too. It's not too many people that can knock a Leo or an Aries. They are pretty stand firm. And you might as well throw Sag right up in the mix too, because I know them end of the year fire signs. Whoo, can't knock them off they pedestal either.
So it's all fire in here, huh? All
Well,
fire.
no.
I'm water sign.
He's a
Oh,
water
water.
sign.
Okay, got it.
I'm a
Water
earth,
and fire
I'm
do
earth.
the same thing. Give it enough time. They both either water and fire does the same exact thing. Water just takes a little longer. It's a little deeper.
I mean, they both will kill you. I'll tell you that much. But don't sleep because you know the earth signs and the air signs they do different things to you too. An air sign will knock you off your feet in a quick second. They just
baby.
I've never met anyone who's ever had anything good to say about my sign, so I just usually keep it quiet because Aries usually, I don't know, I feel like we always get the bad end of the stick when it comes to just personality wise. But you know what's weird is that when I meet people, because I say I'm born on the 22nd, they say that I'm on the cusp of Pisces Aries. So I don't know if
I
that,
feel like it does honestly depend on your birth time because depending on the time of the day and the year and all that.
And where you are, it's where the stars are in that exact moment, and the stars are only
where the
in
sun and the
certain
moon
places
and everything
one
is.
time.
So, like my son is March 20th, and he's considered a Pisces, but in some places as well, he gets the little cusp as well, the Pisces Aries. But according to his exact coordinates, he's still a Pisces. But don't get me wrong. Every now and then, he shows some Aries qualities. There's some fire in him. But, you know, so astrology gets deep. You know, it's further than just your sun sign. You know, we got the top big three.
Yeah, your sun, moon.
Shout out to Legit Cuts for the big three.
Hello.
So you got your sun, your moon, your rising. And then, of course, all the planets as well. They were in different houses as well whenever you were born. So you can be talking about where is your Mars, your Venus, your Saturn. All these different things matter as well. So... but in the room right now, like I said, we got 2 earth, 2 fire, and we got our water signs swimming.
Yes.
But you holding your own though.
Just
I feel like Scorpios, y'all are deep water.
Oh,
like,
definitely deep and dangerous.
Water. It's not a puddle with y'all.
And it's not,
deep.
And it's a constant rotation of things. So I'd like to play a little game right quick. We're going to call it Best and Worst. Okay. And I'd like you guys to talk about the best things about New York and Florida and the worst things about New York and Florida. Jay Dot, would you like to go first?
Sure. So the best thing about New York is it got all seasons. You get all seasons. You get cold, warm.
I would second that. I missed that.
The worst thing about New York is it's a clusterfuck. It's packed. It's a little dirty. Not all New York, but, you know, yeah. And Florida, the best thing about Florida is... the weather, man. Like, it's warm all year round, so like you don't gotta be worried about being freezing. So I'm gonna say the weather is definitely the best thing. That don't make sense though. I said New York is all 4 seasons. So let me take that back. That don't make sense.
But you know, I actually follow you with that rhetoric.
Because
it does make sense.
I like all 4 seasons.
But I love
the heat all year round too.
Yeah.
All right. So we gonna keep with that. And the worst thing about Florida is shit. There's a few things. Let me just pick one. The worst thing about the state or the city?
your experience here, whatever you want to touch on, your experience here in Florida, your experience. What is the worst thing that Florida has showed you? That is a Florida thing.
I don't like. There's no public transportation. There's no city buses. There's no trains. That's the
There
worst thing to
actually
me.
is.
There's
There actually is,
not
but
like
they're
that.
not as consistent and they're not like readily known and available. Our public transportation is actually free.
I'll say this: the worst thing about Florida is that you have to have a car. In New York, you don't have to have a car.
That was gonna be what I say. Is
You don't have to
everything's
have a
too
car.
spread apart in Florida? That's my
Yeah.
biggest complaint about everything. However, I could pull the silver lining out of it and say that it just forces me to shop local and support local and be of the community more, because I'm really not pressed to drive that 20, 30 minutes to give Target my money. I'm really just not. So, there's a little give and take to it all. But
But there's pros and cons with that. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you want to be able to go network with other people in other areas.
Bingo.
If you local, you just always going to be local. If you're an entrepreneur, right or wrong.
Bingo.
you're 100%
Yeah, we
right.
gotta
You're
spread them
100%
wings.
right.
Gotta spread them
I'm just saying,
wings.
It's one of those things when it comes to my gas.
Oh, definitely, definitely,
I'm so frustrated.
definitely. So, Mims, same question.
Man, number one thing in New York, honestly, other than the culture, is the food. I mean, like, you could literally turn the corner and eat whatever you want, wherever you want, however you want, and usually the food, you're gonna always find a spot. So it doesn't matter. Like, if you love Chinese, if you love Italian, if you love, it could be some country that no one ever heard of, Kazakhstan or somewhere, and you're gonna find a restaurant in New York that'll serve that food. So food is definitely on the list. I think the con with New York is I love the Four Seasons, but I hate when it snows and then you gotta live with the snow for like 2-3 weeks when it's turned into the dirty black snow, because nobody loves the dirty black snow. So that brings me to like a pro of Florida, is that you do get warm weather all year long, but the winters here, if you looking to like just relax and not have to worry about nothing, the winter here is like a spring in New York, and or spring or fall depending on the day you wake up. So I like the fact that for me, what I love about Florida is that it's 2.5 hour flight to New York. So when you want to feel that, you could do it for a week or a weekend and come right back down and experience
Rich people talk.
that good.
Everybody can't just fly out. Everybody can't just fly out.
Yo,
Let me just fly.
keep it. I'm gonna keep it funky though. I mean, PBI, they got everything from JetBlue to Spirit to United to Delta.
I love
So
PBI.
I'm that guy. I'm on Google Flights. Like,
Hello.
Don't get it twisted. My flights be. I don't like to exceed over $200 when I'm going up, but I just know how to buy them at the right time. But nah, you're right. Like, maybe I'm flexing a little bit and I shouldn't be.
That's all right. You work for it. You deserve to flex a little piece.
You earned all of it.
And a con of Florida, I don't know if I'm qualified to say that because I'm not technically a Floridian.
Okay,
so I don't
so
want to.
what has been a con for you, your experience since you've been here? Or any time you've been here?
You know what? I think for me, and maybe this is just me being more in my head, I feel like politics, going back to the politics side of it, I feel like you like just because you look a certain way, you judge people based on what you think their political preference is, and Florida just seems to be one of those places that like it's their way or the highway type of vibe, and I'm not really I'm more liberal. That doesn't mean I don't side with some of the stuff that I agree with some of the stuff that goes on out here, just like I agree with some of the stuff that or disagree with some of the stuff in New York. But I feel like, this is probably deeper. I'm doing with Mel.
Go there. Let's
We
go.
already done
Let's
now.
go.
I feel like humans should have it shouldn't just be nowhere you go in life should just be this one trick pony. People should be open minded to understanding what different cultures are like. And I think sometimes you go places and for example, we from New York, and I know a lot of people just because we originated from New York, they don't like the fact that New Yorkers are coming down to Florida and overpopulating. So I got to hear it all the time saying these New Yorkers need to get out of here. But I feel like the culture, this culture here that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for New York coming down, and this culture here that wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the South being here. Does that make sense?
Talk right now.
Yeah.
But
So-
hey,
switch a little bit. That one. Like,
Yeah, we're going to have to go to a song after that one. Pull up that This Is Why I'm Hot. We're going to one and done it this time. We're going to go to a song, and when we come back, we're going to get into the things, and we're going to find out when Mims and Jay Dot realized this is what they were supposed to be doing in life. So we're going to get into rumors, and we're also going to find out if they're smarter than a third grader.
Of course, we always got to do that.
You definitely got to find out.
There's another thing I don't like about Florida. When you come here on vacation, you
When
gonna
should
leave
my
on
homegirl
probation.
call?
Oh, really?
What?
Damn.
People here, boy.
Call it 15, and we'll just what time is it?
I'm not checked by the bar.
Speaking of clubs tonight, Jay Dot, tell us a little bit about what you got going on tonight.
Shit, tonight I got my brother DJ Youngchild. He's straight out of New York City, High 97. He's coming through. We're doing a Caribbean flag fest party tonight at Vibes.
Oh my goodness!
If you Caribbean or if you got Caribbean friends, pull up, man. Show love.
I got on slides and shorts.
Good, bro. You and me, man. You good. You know I got you, bro.
Hey, Ashley, we good? We good, Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back with Kicking It With Kuzi.
And Mel Make It Think.
Hello, and my good bestie and co-host. And I brag on this lady a lot of times because honestly, there would be no there would be no Jerks in St. Louis County if it wasn't for the help that her and her husband provides to me, like their services and stuff like that. And I met them popping into a we met
at the Bezo show. Yep, at the Bezo show. Yep.
Yeah,
that was 2018.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
6 years
And we've
ago.
been locked in ever since. So speaking of locked in ever since, so let me just hear a little bit about the moment where you guys knew that this is what you're supposed to be doing. And we're gonna start with Jay Dot.
Like I said earlier, my first party, I made that 4 bands. That's it.
That's when you
That's
knew.
it.
Okay, being a promoter and knowing, because this man has been doing it for a long time, and a lot of people don't know this. You're actually.
Turn the lights off.
What happened? Oh, you leaned on it back down. A lot of people don't know this. Jay Dot's one of the first people to break Melly. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you remember, one of the first time they performed was at a party you threw for me, the second Mayor's Ball. And this was when they performed 772 Love, and the song went viral. And just a shameless plug, it was at my party, by the way. So free Melly. Shout out Jay Green. Same question. When did you know that rapping or writing or anything that you're doing was what you were supposed to be doing?
I kind of didn't. You know what's so crazy is it's gonna sound weird, like even till this day, because I've been able to like shift careers and move around different atmospheres. So I never really, I don't know, maybe it's the Aries in me. We go back to the zodiac sign. I never really limited myself on anything. I just, my grandmother, when I was young, she told me something that sticks in my mind now. She says, I don't care what you do in life, just be the best at it. Mm-hmm. So
I know that's right.
You know, the joke for her was, if you're gonna be a drug dealer, be the best drug dealer.
Hello.
I heard that shit. Shout out to Granny.
Yeah,
hello,
shout out to my grandma. But so I think for me, I approach every business that way. Like believe it or not, I didn't want to be a musician. That wasn't my goal. My goal was I wanted to own a club. You know, I wanted to be a mogul. So I looked at like people like Puff, Jay-Z. I looked at like how they moved as moguls, and that was my presence. And if you think about like how, and I say like how short-lived my career has been musically, and I didn't put out a lot of music, that's because to me, that was never really like
a thing.
My goal.
I wouldn't say short-lived because again, once that
everybody jumps. I don't care what year it is. I don't care where you at. And like I said, it is. You got that Aries line in it. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot because you not. Like literally, that's it.
And
it's laying it out.
A lot of people make music for the times, but that is truly timeless music.
Yeah.
You can bump
So
anywhere.
just as like there are high highs, there are also really low lows. You get what I'm saying? So being a promoter and being a DJ from this area, what has been the dark points for you? Like, what has made it to the point where it's like, y'all can have this? Have you ever been there, and what brought you to that place?
I've been there, but I ain't never say like, oh, I'm done, I quit. I was like, it's it's all good. I'm gonna lay low for a little bit, but I know you remember this when I brought Boozy here, and I had booked him to host and do 3 songs. The flyer was not allowed to say performing live because I had paid him to host. So
Was this at Tesoro?
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember
we
this.
We agreed for him to do 3 songs. That's what I paid him for. The guy that I had booked him through finessed me. You know how that shit go with the middleman, this, that, and the third. He finessed me. He said on the contract, all that shit was supposed to be what it was. Boozy ain't know about it. He thought he was just coming to host. So Boozy did what he was supposed to do on his end. But on my end, he was supposed to do 3 songs, and the city turned against me.
So so by turned against you, what do you mean, and how did you
Everybody
deal
was
with that?
firing me up. You know how I go all over Facebook for like a whole week. Everybody's firing me up. Jay Dot this, Jay Dot that. He be lying, he be bull. Mind you, I brought 20, 30 other artists before.
You're the only one
they all
that
perform,
consistently
but
brings
they don't
people to the
never.
area.
They only talk about the one bad moment you had,
Always.
and they dragged me. You feel me? They dragged me for like, I'm gonna say a good 3, 4, 5 months. They dragged me. And like my parties was not the same after that. Them shits was not hitting, but I bounced back. And I actually brought him back with Webby, Coley P, two other artists at the Civic Center.
Let's go. I heard that.
But he did that because he knew what I went through.
Yeah.
I didn't even pay him. He did his own show.
Oh,
he paid me to
That
just
is love.
coordinate it. You feel me? And I shut everybody up after that. Like,
Hello, and now J Dot's the guy. Anytime you ask what's going on, everybody automatically goes to J Dot's page. And a lot of times J Dot doesn't even have to DJ. If the people will let them put him on the flyer, or if he's associated with it, everybody on the Treasure Coast is going to migrate to that area. So same question for you. The dark spots, like what situations has happened to the point it's like, why am I doing this?
Man, for me, it's been a lot. I think the first was when I first got my first royalty check. So like the first year I came out, we grossed like 16 mil the first year, and the way it works, you get your royalty check about a year after. Like your first big one is supposed to come a year after, and then my first check that I got that was supposed to be a big one came. I want to say it was like 30 grand.
I knew she was looking like hell.
Yeah. So out of 16 M's, I got 30 grand, and I it's crazy because I know you ain't.
I'm hearing numbers right now. Wait, and I'm thankful for this 30 grand. Do not get me wrong. I am thankful. Thank you, Lord. I will dance for this 30 grand. But how much did this motherfucker make?
16 M's. 16. So I remember the week before that, it was my birthday, and you know Aries, like Aries in good fashion. I went out and bought myself.
Treated yourself.
I think. Oh, you gotta watch the camera. There you go. Sorry. There you go. I treated myself to a convertible, and it cost me like 100,000, 90 grand. So I got the $30,000 check like a week after, and I'm like, yo, like. You know, I like.
Oh, because you knew.
I was like, I'm a
millionaire.
Yeah, I'm about to be a millionaire. Let me go out and buy this, $90,000 convertible.
They said, got him.
And exactly. So that was like one of the first situations. And then what it did for me as an artist, I'm not gonna lie, is
Did it make you go back and look at your contracts?
Not even a contract, but think about this. I told you how I started music. It was more of a passion for me to get in based on my childhood experiences.
Family.
So when a big corporation cheats you that way, you like, yo, like I did all of this for this. I could have stayed in my basement. Like I don't.
Could have been independent.
This
Probably
sucked
did
all the fun
did
out
number.
of it.
Yeah. So that was the first, like one of the first blows to my chest, and I remember calling my business partners, and we had to do the second album. The Move record was on the second album, and I had $1 million contract for the second album. Had $1 million contract for the first album, and I had $1 million contract for my second publishing check. And so I stayed committed to doing the music, but my heart wasn't there because I'm like, yo, I did all of this for you guys to show me this check, and I immediately just wanted off the label. And if you think about like the time of recordings, and you think about the history of Mims and all the stuff that I dropped, I've never commercially released another record after 2009. I think that was my last commercial release because my heart was just not there. So that was like the first scenario that I took a blow to the chest as an artist. And then the second time, I went through a 7-year litigation. So from 2009
About the money?
about the money. So I chased my money down for 7 years, and I'm paying
I
lawyers
had questions too.
a ridiculous amount of money to fight it in court. And ultimately, we won what they call a summary judgment. So anybody who knows about court cases, a summary judgment is when, and it's crazy how this even works, is when a judge awards you the ability to go to court, to take your case to court. So 7-year
don't even
fight
get me
just to
started.
get to court.
Just to get to
just
court.
to
So
get-
there's no even guarantee that I'll even win. I just made it in the dough.
But
You
here's
gotta
the
understand legalese
Yeah.
if you want to get anywhere.
here's how it works though. They know that if a little guy can go to court against a big corporation, chances are they're gonna win, because the jury's gonna look at the little guy and say, yo, you guys cheated this person. So what happened is the label decided to appeal the summary judgment, and the appeal took another year. And when you do an appeal, it sits in front of 5 judges, and they have about 10 minutes to decide the fate of a case that lasted 7 years. And it went to the appellate court, and then the judges basically turned around the summary judgment. So the fate of my 7 years took about 30 minutes to get decided in appellate court.
And was it worth it?
Not worth it at all. I mean, I basically blew through probably close to $500,000 in legal fees just to chase down what I thought was right. But I will say this, and this is the Aries in me. I think the resilience is what matters the most to me, right? So like getting knocked down has never been a thing for me. It's the getting back up.
Hello.
There you go. So now when people ask me like what advice you can give to an entrepreneur, I'm gonna say, yo, you're gonna fail 100 times. But if you fail 100 times and that's the last time you get up, you're done. Yeah. But if you last 101 times, like Jay Dot was saying, you're gonna go through. But if your mindset is I'm not gonna take the L, we cool. And I immediately got into technology, and that has been the career that I think superseded my music, even though I'm able to do it silently, so nobody kind of sees what I'm doing. And this is where I like to be, because I don't like people in my business. So like,
So were you introduced to the tech from the ringtones? Is that what did it?
I got introduced to tech because I was on a flight. I was going to San Fran to do a show, and I had my business partner was with me on the plane at the time, and I said, yo, I got this idea of an app I want to do. And he was like, well, let's go see some VCs when we in San Francisco. And nobody responded to his calls. No one said, yo, let's jump in the office. And this is like around 2012. So, once again, you can't tell me no. Like, I'm not going to take no. So, all right, cool. If I can't get in through that door, then tell me what door I'm going to get in. I'm going to go around back.
Is that window open over there?
There you go. And the minute I saw that as a black man, I was getting the no's. My mind automatically said, yo, let me figure out how to infiltrate this industry. And until this day, I say I had to humble myself in that world. So like I first started in tech, we had an idea we bootstrapped a startup. And I would go, me and my business partners, we would go to conventions and hand out flyers. Now, mind you, I'm the #1 artist in the country 4 years prior to this. Yeah. So you gotta humble yourself when you sitting out there.
To be able to hand you a flyer to get a person to believe in something else, not even what they know you for.
So and that's when I knew I don't have it's nothing. You can't knock me. You can't stop me. You can't. If I want it, I'm gonna go get it. So
hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jay Dot, what song would you like to hear right now? You're a DJ. What is your favorite song right now?
I'm gonna fuck with my nigga Polo. That's my artist. I do Polo the Dawn. Straight from Fort Pierce. So you can play some Lil Polo the Dawn for me?
Lil Polo the Dawn?
You could do his new record, Raw Nigga Rules. Lil Polo the Dawn, Polo the Dawn.
Nice. He's from Fort Pierce?
Yes,
Fort Pierce.
Yes,
dope.
Polo. Polo.
I had no idea.
No, not Polo.
D-A, Dawn, and then type in Raw. R-A-W.
Oh, wait. Is my homegirl calling?
Yeah, right there.
We'll have more with Mims and Jay Dot after
She
this.
can't And we're back this wonderful, glorious evening. We still up top. We got Mims DJ Jay Dot in the building.
Yes,
We kicking
sir.
it with Kuzi. Shout out to Ty over there in the corner. Ty's the name.
Hello.
We could never forget to give another shout out to our wonderful sponsors. So Showcast Studio makes all of this possible for us. We've got Blue Canary Agency, the #1 art agency management consultation company on the Treasure Coast. The Bezo Show with a marriage of art and health. We got Popcorn Skateboards giving it up for the skateboard community. Aaron's Print Shop holding down the entire Treasure Coast with the finest prints. Jerks of St. Lucie County.
Steve.
Speaks for itself. Bubby TV in the building. Got Cami Low TV. And, of course, Gardening with Goo. If you're gardening with him, he's gardening with you. And last but not least, we can never forget to shout out our homies over there at Legit Cuts.
Hello.
Check them out in
Go get
downtown
right.
Fort Pierce. So, we always like to see who is smarter than. It's actually who's smarter than a fifth grader, but I'll roll with third grader
It's
too.
Florida, and we behind the curve, so we gonna go third grade around this video.
Oh man, I like
All
that.
right. So, I'm going to try to keep them, whatever. So, let's see what
No,
we
you ain't
do.
got to though.
Let's see what it does. Okay, first question. All right, this should be good.
Uh-oh.
How many countries are in North America?
3.
Let me Google it real quick.
No Google. Give me an answer.
Wait, 3. North America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm still sticking with
Yeah,
3.
sticking with it.
United States. I'm gonna say
Okay, yes, 3. 3 is the answer. I think we got Canada,
Yeah.
we got the
Okay.
United States,
I was
and then we
sure
got
that was
Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh, I was good, and I went to
Yeah.
all 3 of them. Okay.
Okay, what does a paleontologist study?
Paleontologist?
Mummies? I don't know.
I mean, that's not a bad guess. I love that.
Paleontologist. I have no idea. I never even heard that word in my
Me
life.
neither. I'm gonna just say Palestinians, cause it's close.
That is smart.
You pretty much right on time. They study ancient things, like ancient artifacts.
And don't ask me how I know
Paleontologists,
that.
yes. So they're
A
gonna.
third grader knowing that.
They'll go excavating.
not knowing that.
No, I will dispute that because I remember learning about it first time in elementary school.
And what
Facts.
school did you go to, and what was the school?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
private
okay.
school.
So let me shout out Randallstown Elementary School in Randallstown, which is in the county of Baltimore.
Did you have to pay to be in that school?
Actually, no, not that one.
Well,
That was high school. I did go to an all-girls preparatory high school. Shout out to Garrison Forest
Nice.
School.
Hello.
Paleontologist.
So, all right, let's go. Next one.
Dumb it down a little bit. Come on.
All right. What state is the Grand Canyon in?
Oh shit! Damn!
I sure.
I know it.
I feel like I thought the Grand Canyon was in multiple states though, but Arizona is it Arizona?
Yes. Ding,
Got
ding,
it.
ding. I do
Damn,
think it
I was with
spans
it.
a few, but I
Yeah.
think the majority of it is
In
located in
Arizona?
Arizona.
Okay. All right,
Matter of fact, I was just there, and I drove from Williams, which is in the middle of the state, to all the way up, 5 hours up to Page, and yes, I was driving alongside the Grand Canyon.
Driving. I drive more than 2 hours, and I'll be ready to pull over and just start a whole new life wherever the fuck I stop. Like, I hate driving, but I always find myself driving for hours and hours and hours every fucking day.
Well, that's why I said I don't like to give Target my monies like that because I don't care for the drive. But when I'm doing bucket list stuff, I
You
take it
go
for the
out.
team.
I
take it
ain't
for
mad
the
at
team.
that. I like the open road. I like listening to music when I drive. So
And out there, literally, like the Highway of Stars is crazy magical. Crazy magical. So
Sure.
it just makes it all
That's
the
dope.
more exciting and enlightening. Okay, what about how many sides does a hexagon have?
I know that one.
I just did this too. Hexa is 8. That's a stop sign,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
No.
It's oct.
Oh, octagon. Hexagon is
I'm gonna say 10 though.
6.
I'm gonna say 10. He say 6, 10. Who's
It's 6.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
10 is Deca.
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You right about that, but
But at least I know the
but you helped me out on that. You right.
Yeah, for sure.
I just looked that up too.
What
that's
is
crazy.
the closest planet to the sun?
Mercury.
I have no fucking. I know we're the third rock from the sun.
You're right, though. It is Mercury.
Mercury. I got the whole constellation on my arm. So
Okay,
That's
so
what-
yes.
that'd be-
Then you should know
Short
the
ass
answer.
arm. You ain't got that much.
I don't know. It is there. I got the moon, sun, every planet.
That arm too short, my boy.
Yeah.
Your
man.
tattoo artist was great. I'm gonna tell you that. Shout him out.
All right, what's the plural of moose?
Moose. Mooses. Oh,
Meese.
Isn't moose already plural? Yeah. So.
Shout out to Mims!
Yeah.
told you.
That was
I'm,
hilarious. So, Mises? Mises sounds like, I don't know, some sort of something you could catch. I don't
Let's
know.
do one more and give him a good one.
All right, let's see. A good one. All right. Okay. Oh, this is kind of easy. No, that's not good. Okay. Okay, the mountain range that includes Mount Everest.
The mountain range that includes Mount Everest.
I could go a little easier.
Yeah,
Is it
way
the- was it the
easier.
Rockies?
Now we in
No,
geographic.
that's the Himalayas.
The Himalayas?
Yeah.
advanced third grade shit. Boy.
Okay.
I was about to say Olympus.
We should get this one. What is the French phrase we use to describe a scene that we feel like we've previously experienced?
Oh, that's easy.
Deja vu.
I was about to say, yeah, it used to be a
Facts.
club down here.
Deja vu. Yes.
I guess I'm somewhat as smart as.
Hey, you were pretty
third
much
grader.
on the money.
Hello, except for the polygrapher.
Yeah. I don't know what that was.
Mr.
I would love to hear from anybody who actually does that for a living.
And how
So,
much do y'all make? Am I in the wrong field?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like you got to give up a lot. You got to be out there in the middle
Dusting
of who knows
shit off
what.
with
Yeah,
little
excavating
shits,
and doing who knows
shaking
what,
little
and you never know them. And the
fingers
government
and shit.
might come
But
after
you
you
got me
depending on what
fucked
you
up. I would have
find.
been and slipped one of these hoes in my motherfucking. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
If you done discovered some shit they don't
Hello.
know about.
Don't let it light up or give me any kind of special powers and shit like that.
Speaking of lighting up, I just want to tell you real quick. I need to corroborate that whole thing you told me about sticking that pole in the ground and it lighting everything
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh, that's facts and real.
Oh, yeah, I've
You
seen it
totally
happen.
make electricity.
I've
just
seen it happen.
in the
Like,
ground.
Hey, what's going on
Free
here?
electricity.
okay,
They don't
so
want us
recently, my last actual 9 to 5 was with a safety company, and we go out to rural cities where they're developing and they put in gas line, power lines, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I went to seeing okay, where are they getting this electricity from? And them Migos, Guatemalans, whatever they was, they dig this big ass hole in 15 seconds. So I know who to call if I ever need a body
to know.
gone.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
And they stick this big metal thing in the ground, and then they hook things up to it, and it
That
was
was
just
just
like
it?
electricity. So it kind of reminds me of the potato project, where you can light a bulb from a potato.
Yep.
All the electricity's in the ground. And I'm not
It
even
is.
sure if I should be saying this. Hell, I don't work for them hoes no more. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Yeah, but no, I agree. There is a lot of electricity underground, and these are the things that they don't want. They don't teach
When I
us.
tell you the people used to stick it in the
Basically.
ground and would just crank shit up in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest shit I ever saw. Okay, so in rapping, I do got a question for the both of you guys. If you guys could go back in time and have a conversation with your 7-year-old self, what would that conversation look like?
Look or sound?
Yeah, what would you say to yourself?
7?
7 years old. If you could go back and look at it like this, I get one chance to go back and tell my 7-year-old self anything. I got the chance to tell my 7-year-old self anything. What would I take that time to tell my 7-year-old self?
Damn. 7. What grade that is? Second
Okay,
grade?
let's take it up. 16.
Second grade?
Okay,
16.
16. 16.
Come on.
Okay.
High school.
Yeah.
All right, high school. I would have took sports more serious because I was heavy in baseball. I would have took sports more serious. I would have been sports. That's it. But I was into other stuff because of peer pressure. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say take sports more serious.
All right, same question. Not 7, but 16.
16. You know what's crazy? I always ask people this question: what would you tell your younger self? And I think for me, it'd be more about just embracing what's to come. I don't know if I would change anything in my life, more or less, because everything has shaped me to be who I am. So I think I would just go back and just say, yo, whatever you're about to get into, you're built for it. So embrace it and enjoy it, and yeah, it's gonna be a roller coaster, but it's gonna be fun and it's gonna be painful, but enjoy it.
Hello, I'm here for it. Those are some amazing words. So in closing,
Can I answer?
Oh yes, yes,
So,
yes.
I think for me, I would go back and tell myself to be more open to learning myself. I feel like, because I just recently turned 40. I have no problem throwing that out there. And I just feel like the journey itself is a necessary, mandatory journey. I almost feel like we almost owe it to ourselves to literally like pause at some point. Maybe if it's right after high school, instead of throwing ourselves into this world and not having a sense of self, like pause and just really be open to that journey. Because had I been more honest with myself about who I am and even with the astrology, because I also feel like that's something that's kind of weaponized or demonized, but there's a lot to it. And if I'd have just been more open to learning certain lessons about myself, I'd have been ready for the world a little bit more. And I feel like I could have saved a lot of time going down certain rabbit holes and just things of that nature. So I just feel like it's really just that. Just be so much more open to that.
I would tell myself, don't worry about anything. It's okay not to be okay, and your differences are your strengths.
I like that.
So, in closing, I would like for our guests to shout out anything you'd like to shout out. Maybe tell us where we can find you on social media, and how do you guys like kicking it with Kuzi today?
Yeah, well, first of all, shout out to both of you. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Kuzi for bringing me on the platform. Jay Dot for meeting up here from the past and
for sure.
together.
For sure. Shout out to Lennox.
Hello.
Yeah. Shout out to Lennox. I think for me, and I don't know if I even said this sometime before, but I think it's important now. Like right now, there's probably gonna be someone watching, hopefully, that probably doesn't have all the answers and has questions about their future and what they can do. But like, I guess my message to you out there that's watching or checking in, just keep going, keep doing, keep working, keep going hard, keep staying dedicated. Whatever it is you want to do, if you want to be a musician, if you want to be an entrepreneur, there's no limitations. I mean, we've had literally everybody, I wouldn't even say the president, but we've had a black president, we've had a convict president, we ain't have a woman president yet. One day that will probably
They all fellas.
But I mean, once again, there's no limitations in life. Don't limit yourself, not based on your surroundings. You're looking at someone who basically came from the most adverse childhood you could imagine, and I've done what a lot of people would deem impossible. So it's possible. Keep working. And if you want to talk about music or business or anything, hit me up at Mims Life on social media. I'm not really a social media person. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. If you DM me, like I'll converse, but I'm not a person that posts on social media. I don't know why. I gotta get better with it, but if you out there and you got questions, hit me up at Mims Life on mostly, I think, all the social media platforms.
For sure. At DJ Jay Dot on Instagram. For all you DJs and promoters, if y'all trash, just fucking quit. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing because I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of people that don't like how I DJ, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm international. Like, it don't really matter to me. Like, listen, there's one thing that I learned, right? Your fan base is never gonna be where you at, wherever you live.
Facts.
There's gonna be another town, another city that's fuck with you. Mims, New York artist. He got broke in West Palm Beach back in what, 07, 06, bro?
06.
See what I'm saying? So keep going. Keep grinding, and that's it. And shout out to Kuzi, shout out to Mel. I fuck with you. I thank you for having me. You know what it is. DJ Jay Dot. Signing out.
Pleasure. Before we go to you, Mel, Ty, real quick, let us know what you thought about tonight's show. So just swing the mic around.
Yeah, steal it, man. Go ahead.
Oh, tonight's show is great, actually. I feel as if Mims, you're a very genuine guy. I really appreciate all the answers you give. I feel are very heartfelt, and they come from a place of experience and not just talking out your ass, which is very appreciated. Am I allowed to?
Yeah, say what the fuck you want to say.
Come on, Ty.
We don't give a fuck around this whole.
Check. But and DJ
Jay Dot.
Sorry, I didn't want to look at your chain with
you
that.
You should have. The
This-
answer's right there.
microphone. I can't. But I don't know. I feel like you were a little quiet today, but I would like to know like where you're from, like genuinely who you are.
Have you been listening?
No, I mean I have.
I'm joking.
I have
I'm joking.
been.
I'm joking.
I'm trying to be honest, man. I don't want to seem like.
Okay.
Do your thing.
disingenuous,
Do your
but,
thing.
Do you make music? I mean.
No, I don't make music.
Okay.
I just DJ music.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
DJ what's hot.
Because when you're speaking, you have a very nice voice. I don't know if
Appreciate
anybody's
it.
ever told you that, but you have a very
Appreciate
nice,
that.
like, solid, deep
No,
voice. So.
girls love my voice.
Yeah, no, I can tell, bro. Like, no homo, but no, I thought today's show was very good. It was very entertaining. The astrology stuff was very informational, and it was just very good. So
Thank you, Mel.
no criticisms.
Mel make
like
you
that
think
time.
always enjoys herself. I love to be in the building. I really did enjoy today's conversations. It was nice to get to know both of y'all for sure. And I always enjoy kicking it with you.
Good eve.
Hey.
Okay, well, this has been another episode of Kicking It With Kuzi. Shout out to Mims and shout out to DJ Jay Dot. Shout out to my good friend and co-host Mel Make You Think. Tiberius, you did your motherfucking thing tonight. And we out this bitty.
Hey.
Okay, so we gonna slide to the back real quick with Bubby TV. You can turn on some music.
We off air?
Oh, yeah, we're
Y'all should have asked us some music shit like Tupac or Biggie. Jay-Z or Kanye.
about it.
We in the music. You over here asking third grade questions. Come on, man.
That's true, though. That's true.
I thought about that
I'm
and
not gonna lie.
but then I was like, but is
But
that too
sometimes I feel like
deep?
y'all get the same
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was gonna say
questions.
that.
I don't. Yeah, I like to have.
This is my first
conversations.
interview, so I ain't getting no evidence.
Oh shit! I got J Dot first motherfucking
Oh,
interview.
that's
Oh
big.
shit!
That's
He got
big.
1,000, but
That's
That's
big.
why I appreciate it because it is the same questions a lot, but y'all did the thing right there.
I wanted some controversy.
But I'm
I wanted some controversy in this motherfucker.
No,
Definitely come
I wanted you to be like, yo, who you think is the best? Me! Ain't nobody better than me.